let's say there's a young man watching this episode right now or listening, let me just set the scenario. There's a 21-year-old young man watching this right now. He's just finishing uni. He's about to get his first grad role. He just passes, driving. He just got his first car, whatever. He's in the building position of his life now. What would be some very easy, tangible, advice you'd give him when it comes to choosing that right spouse, in your opinion and your experience?
Don't look for it at that stage. A very wise man made a video which has gone viral numerous times, and he said, when you're hungry, you should never go shopping because you pick up the wrong things. The same thing when you're looking for a woman. If you're hungry, if you're lonely, if you're in need of someone emotionally to be there for you, that's the wrong time to be going and looking for a woman, and the right time to be developing yourself so much as a human being and growing that you become that level of foundation on your own. Because the problem is, if you allow a woman to become a part of your foundation, that part of your foundation is not 100% in your control. And if that drops out, you then lose your foundation, and no matter how much you've built up here, it can all fall through. So the imperativeness to create your whole foundation solely as a man, every single aspect of your foundation is from self-development, is from self-work, is from financial security, is from health, fitness, strength, and societistical clarity. When you have that as a man, everything else can lay on top of it and survive. But
love that.
If you're in that development phase as a man, I definitely wouldn't recommend going and physically looking for a woman. If a beautiful woman comes into your life and you know how to handle it and you're ready to handle it, then that's fine. But I think people are panicking, bro, because the level of quality in men and women, as we know, it's no secret in society, it's gone downhill.
What's good, my people? Literally taking a few seconds to say, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video. It really helps small creators like myself reach more people like you. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, be sure to follow the page. Leave a review, man. Tell me what you think of the episode.
So naturally people are going, I don't know if I'm going to get a... And then we're settling, especially as men, we're now settling for girls that we wouldn't usually settle for.
Right.
Maybe that cross our moral boundaries, this girl smokes, but you know what, she's beautiful and I don't know if I'm going to get any better, so let me just take her. And then in a year we get married, and then I'm going to bring up that I don't like her smoking, and then we're going to have arguments because I've accepted it for so long.
Yeah, you really
blah,
started
blah, blah.
on a downhill slope, and then you're wondering why you're having problems. I think you made a really good point about societal... What did you say, societal? You said something? Something to do with
I say a lot of big words that I just kind of project.
Yeah, you just making
anonymously,
making it go viral on the gram. You know what I mean? No, but the point I think that you were making that I kind of want to bounce off is, I feel like we live in a society, or not even I feel, I've seen online many people say this about, there's no good men left, or they're so hard to find, vice versa. I want to be fair. A lot of, Mandem are saying vice versa. There's not, I can't find no good girls. Where am I looking? What am I supposed to do? What's your stance, bro? Because actually, you know what? Let me answer that in my opinion and tell me what you think, right? I think the problem is, and I think when me and you got on the phone the other day, I said something very similar about, I feel it's not about where you're looking or what you're doing wrong to find X, Y, and Z. It's probably the fact that you're in denial that you yourself aren't there yet to match what it is that you'd like. And because naturally as humans, we attract energy, what we are, who we are is what naturally we tend to surround ourselves with. You're not getting that because you're not there. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, 100%. There's two ways to look at it. I mean, from a male's perspective, what we tend to do now is, as I say, there's all this panic mode, and then instead of doing the internal work that we should be doing as humans, we're just point scoring. You're shit, you're a hoe, you're trash.
Yeah, men are trash, men are trash.
There's all these catchphrases that become our army, our weaponry, our armor to produce, instead of actually, in a men's point of view, instead of demanding loads of value of girls and then crying when you can't get that girl, you need to be building yourself up to an extremely high value to then demand an equal and opposite attractive force into your life. And women need to stop falling down to the norms of society, which is, this girl over here has got a BBL and she's twerking online and she's getting dick and I'm not. And you need to actually go, do you know what? That's not the kind of interactions you want. That's not the kind of girls that men are looking for longevity with. This is just all the facade on social media that's telling us what should be normal and what should be acceptable. And people are just extremely weak, bro. We're so susceptible to fall into the norms instead of going, wait a minute, I'm a man, I have my genitals, I have my morals, I have my responsibilities. No matter what society or social media tells me, I'm going to keep being the things I know that my father and my grandfather taught me to be, so I can provide to that woman.
Let me give you a spud on that, bro. I feel... You sure you don't come from a South Asian or a Middle Eastern or some sort of other background, bro? Yeah, because you were sounding like we got a lot of similar moral compasses, man.
Listen, I come from a good family. I have a good role model and a dad. He's not the most like
big up, man,
loving or the most, he's such a fabulous dad.
Yeah,
he does his job extraordinarily well. I've got a great role model to look at. He's protected me.
And parents doing their thing, man.
That's what it is. And you know, instead of me rebelling him and going, I've got a strict dad that tells me what to do, I'm gonna go and set fire to the school. I've gone, do you know what? He tells me what to do here and there.
What an example.
Like, it's insane. It's insanity. It's all this rebellious acting just because we don't like what someone says. And now remember, like, no one can say anything, right? As soon as I don't like what you say, I'm gonna start punching things in this wall. Bro, you've seen podcasts where girls have been on the podcast and started damaging people's equipment, right?
Yeah.
It's like you say something I don't like, I'm gonna break this TV. It's not even your TV, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm renting the studio from Dan. Big up my boy Dan. You get me? He's giving me good prices. You know what I mean?
If this gets done, man, I'm sorry.
Trust
it's his
me,
fault.
bro.
He's paying.
I'm sending